The brains behind the brawn, MacGyver, captivated audiences from 1985 to 1992 with his inventive use of duct tape and scientific prowess. This secret agent, portrayed by Richard Dean Anderson, relied on his intellect and creativity to navigate treacherous situations, offering a unique take on the spy genre. The show, executive produced by none other than the Fonz, showcased the importance of science and ingenuity over graphic violence, providing a refreshing alternative for young viewers. With a successful 7-year run, MacGyver left an indelible mark, and today we're revisiting the original cast to uncover their paths post-MacGyver. Get ready for a trip down memory lane as we explore the lives of your favorite stars, but remember, the clock is ticking. Will you accept the mission? Dana Elcar as Pete Thornton. Peter Thornton is both MacGyver's superior and close friend. Previously divorced from Connie Thornton, Pete works as an operative at the Department of External Services, DXS, where he becomes impressed with MacGyver's resourcefulness during a case involving Murdoch, an international assassin. When Pete later assumes the role of Director of Operations at the Phoenix Foundation, he brings MacGyver into the fold. In 1962, he debuted as Hitman Ben in the U.S. premiere of Harold Pinter's The Dumb Waiter at the Cherry Lane Theater in Greenwich Village, New York City. That same year, he began a role on the long-running CBS daytime drama The Guiding Light as Andrew Murray, the District Attorney of Los Angeles County. Due to his involvement with The Guiding Light, he also appeared in 3 episodes of the NBC sitcom Car 54, Where Are You?, and 2 episodes of the ABC crime drama Naked City, both set in New York City. In 1991, Elcar began to develop glaucoma, which was incorporated into the MacGyver storyline, starting with the 6th season's 17th episode, Blind Faith, and continued through the rest of that season and the entire 7th season. The 6th season finale, Hindsight, used Pete Thornton's impending eye surgery as a narrative framework. After MacGyver, Elcar guest-starred in the 1993 Law & Order episode Virus, portraying a man who, blinded by diabetes, blamed his former doctor for his condition and whose son sought revenge by murdering other patients. Elcar also played a blind character on episodes of The Magic School Bus and ER. Embracing the challenge of performing as Vladimir in Waiting for Godot on stage with a white cane, this became his final theatrical role before retiring in 2002 after his appearance on ER. Elcar was married to Catherine Frances Mead from 1948 to 1950 and to Peggy Romano from 1954 to 1970. He had 4 children, Maureen Elcar, Nora Elcar Verdon, Dane Elcar, and Chandra Elcar. His longtime partner was Thelma Garcia. Elcar passed away on June 6, 2005, at Community Memorial Hospital in Ventura, California, from pneumonia at the age of 77. Robin Mossley as Wilt. Murdoch is MacGyver's arch-nemesis, and the character he faces off against most frequently. This master assassin never fails, except when MacGyver interferes. Murdoch is an expert in disguise and has a talent for crafting and employing booby traps. His signature move is to photograph his victims at the moment of their death. Days Barr kicked off his musical journey with the glam rock band Silverhead in England back in 1972. The group enjoyed a brief stint with 2 albums released on Deep Purple's label, Purple Records, before disbanding in 1974. Following Silverhead's dissolution, Des Barres relocated to Los Angeles and formed the band Detective. Their big break came when none other than Jimmy Page, whom Des Barres had met post a Silverhead performance, signed them to Led Zeppelin's very own label, Swan Song Records. Des Barres' fame as a musician was preceded by his acting career, with appearances in numerous TV shows, nearly 30 movies, and even posters across England as the Nuxbar Kid. He also had an uncredited role in the 1966 film Drop Dead Darling, starring Tony Curtis. On October 23, 2013, Des Barres showcased his versatility by joining the Los Angeles Philharmonic for the world premiere performance of 200 Motels, The Suites, composed by Frank Zappa, where he played the role of narrator, Rance. In his personal life, Des Barres had a 7-year relationship with actress Wendy Hamilton, now Professor Emeritus Wendy Wheeler of London Metropolitan University, which culminated in marriage in 1974. However, the couple parted ways when Des Barres moved to Los Angeles following the end of Silverhead. From 1977 to 1991, he was married to Pamela Des Barres, with whom he shares a son, Nicholas Des Barres, a writer and video game designer. Des Barres is also the brains behind the annual Don't Knock the Rock Film Festival, which he founded and hosts. He tied the knot with his long-term partner, Britta Hayertz, on December 21, 2018. Elissa Davalos as Nikki Carpenter. Nikki Carpenter, a new member of the Phoenix Foundation, joins in Season 3. She and MacGyver often lock horns, but over time, a mutual professional respect develops. Elissa Davalos, the daughter of actor Richard Davalos and sister to musician Dominique Davalos, was born in Canoga Park, Los Angeles, California, on May 30, 1959. She stepped away from the spotlight as an American actress with credits in television and film. Her ancestry includes Finnish and Spanish roots via her father's lineage. Davalos typically portrayed resilient and self-reliant female characters. Her claim to fame includes a recurring role as Nikki Carpenter, a love interest of Richard Dean Anderson's character in the original MacGyver franchise, including The Apple Dumpling Gang Rides Again and Herbie Goes Bananas. She portrayed Hillary Grant in How the West Was Won and appeared in the final season of Hawaii 5-0, also starring in the television movie Good Against Evil. John Anderson as Harry Jackson. Harry Jackson is MacGyver's grandfather, who took on the responsibility of raising MacGyver after the tragic deaths of his grandmother and father in a car accident when MacGyver was 9 years old. 7 years later, Harry went to work in Alaska, sending financial support to MacGyver and his mother. Anderson, born in 1922 in Clayton, Illinois, held a master's degree in drama from the University of Iowa. He appeared on Broadway, including in the 1951 musical Paint Your Wagon. His later career focused primarily on film. Anderson appeared 4 times on The Rat Patrol, 3 of those roles were as the same character, and made 3 guest appearances on Perry Mason, including in the episodes The Case of the Calendar Girl, 1959, The Case of the Bartered Bikini, 1959, and The Case of the Greek Goddess. He also had a role in Steve Canyon in Season 1, Episode 24, titled The Bomb, and in 1961, he appeared as Hasayampa Edwards in the TV Western Lawman in the episode Hasayampa. The 1993 soundtrack album Music from the television series Quantum Leap was dedicated to him. He was featured in the 4th season episode The Last Gunfighter of that sci-fi series as Pat Knight, which aired about 6 months before his passing. In 1966, he played Les McConnell, the mastermind of a bank-robbing gang, in a rare 2-part episode of Gunsmoke called The Raid, S11E19, alongside Michael Conrad, Jim Davis, Richard Jekyll, and Gary Lockwood. On June 8, 1946, Anderson married Patricia A. Kaysen at St. Boniface Catholic Church in Quincy. They relocated to Iowa City, where Anderson pursued his master's degree in drama at the University of Iowa. Anderson was married to Kaysen until her death on February 18, 1989. 3 years later, Anderson passed away from a heart attack at his home in Sherman Oaks, California, at the age of 69. Terry Hatcher as Penny Parker. Penny Parker and MacGyver cross paths while waiting in line at an airport in Bulgaria when she tries to hide some jewels in his pocket to smuggle them out of the country. Despite her limited skills but ambitious aspirations, she encounters trouble frequently. At one point, she was unknowingly used by Murdoch as a pawn in an attempt to eliminate MacGyver. Hatcher, who studied acting at the American Conservatory Theater in 1984, also worked as an NFL cheerleader for the San Francisco 49ers. From September 1985 to May 1986, She was a cast member on the TV series The Love Boat as Amy, one of the mermaid showgirls. Her role mainly involved dancing and singing as part of the mermaid's show routine, with occasional comedic lines and appearances in various storylines alongside male guest stars. Hatcher gained significant attention for her guest role as Sidra on a 1993 episode of Seinfeld, where her character breaks up with Jerry after suspecting that he sent his friend Elaine to a sauna to check if Sidra's breasts were real or surgically enhanced. In 2011, Men's Health magazine ranked Hatcher number 38 on their Hottest Women of All Time list. She voiced Dottie in the films Planes, 2013, and Planes, Fire and Rescue, 2014. In 2018, Hatcher launched a YouTube channel called Hatching Change, which stopped updating in 2022 after 132 episodes. An avid baker who took cooking lessons, she won the celebrity episode of Chopped on the Food Network, and also claimed victory on the Stand Up to Cancer episode of The Great British Bake Off in 2018. Hatcher narrated Hidden Worlds, the films of Leica, exhibited at the Museum of Pop Culture in Seattle. In 2024, she took on the role of Ruth Finley in the Lifetime film The Killer Inside, The Ruth Finley Story. Hatcher married Marcus Leithold from Butler, Pennsylvania on June 4, 1988, but they divorced the following year. On May 27, 1994, she wed actor John Tenney, with whom she had a daughter born in 1997. They divorced in March 2003. In 2007, Hatcher began writing a column for Glamour magazine. Robert Donner as Milt Bozer. Robert Donner, who played Milt Bozer in the series, was born in New York City, but spent his formative years in New Jersey, Michigan, and Texas. Right after graduating high school, Robert enlisted in the Navy and served for nearly 4 years. Once he completed his service, he settled on the West Coast, trying his hand at various jobs such as shipping clerk, salesman, bartender, commercial artist, gardener, and insurance investigator. In the evenings, Robert attended San Fernando Valley State College, now California State University, Northridge, taking classes in art history, psychology, and speech. It was during this time that he crossed paths with Clint Eastwood, a fellow resident of his Studio City apartment complex. Eastwood encouraged Donner to pursue drama, complementing his comedic talent and distinctive appearance. Beyond his acting career, Robert was an avid athlete, particularly known for his passion for golf. He was a member of the Hollywood Hackers, carrying a 7 handicap, and led Don Porter's Thursday Golf Group, a gathering of entertainment industry professionals. He also participated in numerous celebrity golf tournaments, using his talent for entertainment to raise funds for charitable causes worldwide. Donner was also a regular fixture in tennis tournaments and celebrity nights, where he would showcase his stand-up comedy skills, carefully avoiding any singing performances. His quick wit and humor made him a sought-after corporate speaker in Hollywood circles. In 1982, Robert Donner married Jill Sherman, a producer and writer. Sadly, he passed away on June 8, 2006, at the age of 75, from a heart attack. Richard Lawson as Jesse Colton. Richard Lawson portrayed Jesse Colton in the series. Originally named Ricky Lee Lawson and born in Loma Linda, California, Lawson was drafted into the United States Army, where he served as a medic. He spent 21 months in Vietnam during the Vietnam War and was injured in combat. After his military service, he pursued a career in acting. His first uncredited film role was as a gay man targeted for murder in the 1971 film Dirty Harry. He also played Willis in Scream Blackula Scream. Notable roles include appearances in the 1979 film The Main Event and the 1984 drama Streets of Fire. In 1977, he was cast as Officer Ed Price in a series that was unfortunately canceled before its debut. Lawson later starred in the 1980s series Chicago Story and had a recurring role as Nick Kimball on the primetime soap opera Dynasty from 1986 to 1987. He appeared as Detective Nathaniel Hawthorne in The Days and Nights of Molly Dodd from 1989 to 1991 and played Lucas Barnes in All My Children from 1992 to 1994. Lawson has also made numerous guest appearances on TV shows, including Kojak, Get Christy Love, Sister, Soul Food, The Bernie Mac Show, The Division, All in the Family, and Strong Medicine. Lawson was married to his first wife, actress Denise Gordy, from New Year's Eve 1978 until 1989, and they have a daughter, actress Bianca Lawson, born in 1979. He also has a son, Ricky, born in 1992. On March 22, 1992, Lawson survived the U.S. Air Flight 405 crash shortly after takeoff from LaGuardia Airport in Queens, New York City. In the summer of 2013, Lawson began a relationship with Tina Knowles, fashion designer and mother of singers Beyoncé and Solange Knowles. They had known each other for over 30 years, as she was a close friend of his late sister. Lawson admitted that he had always admired her from afar and up close, too. The couple married on April 12, 2015, but Knowles filed for divorce in July 2023. Cuba Gooding Jr. as Billy Colton. Cuba Gooding Jr. portrayed Billy Colton in the series. Gooding's initial foray into entertainment was as a breakdancer, performing alongside singer Lionel Richie at the 1984 Summer Olympics closing ceremony in Los Angeles. After graduating high school, Gooding spent 3 years studying Japanese martial arts before shifting his focus to acting. In 1997, he gained prominence with a notable supporting role in the critically acclaimed Academy Award-winning comedy As Good as It Gets. However, his career in the subsequent years was marked by inconsistent success. Among his well-received performances are his roles in the mystical drama What Dreams May Come, 1998, and the U.S. Navy drama Men of Honor, 2000, where he played the lead role opposite Robert De Niro. In 2014, Gooding portrayed civil rights movement attorney Fred Gray in the highly praised historical drama Selma. Recently, he has appeared more frequently on television, including as Samuel Francis in the miniseries The Book of Negroes, a comedic version of himself on Big Time in Hollywood, FL, and as O.J. Simpson in the anthology series American Crime Story, The People, Vero's O.J. Simpson. In 2018, Gooding starred in the 21st anniversary revival of the musical Chicago in the West End, playing Billy Flynn at the Phoenix Theater. His directorial debut, Bayou Caviar, was released on October 5, 2018. On March 3, 2018, Gooding was a featured guest announcer on the 100th episode of ITV's Ant and Dec's Saturday Night Takeaway. Gooding married his high school sweetheart, Sarah Kapfer, in 1994. They have 3 children, Spencer Gooding, Piper Gooding, and actor Mason Gooding. In 2014, Kapfer filed for legal separation, and Gooding initiated divorce proceedings in January 2017. In 2006, Gooding was honored with the Public Leadership in Neurology Award from the American Academy of Neurology for his efforts in raising awareness about multiple sclerosis. On February 26, 2024, Gooding was named in a sexual assault lawsuit filed against Sean Combs by music producer Rodney Jones. The lawsuit alleged that Gooding had groped and fondled Jones without consent. On March 26, 2024, Jones amended the lawsuit to include Gooding as a co-defendant, Kimberly Scott as Mama Lorraine. Mama Lorraine is a voodoo priestess. She appears in the episodes The Hood, The Prometheus Syndrome, and Walking Dead. Scott was born in Kingsville, Texas. She attended Texas A&M University, Kingsville, and the University of Texas before receiving her MFA in 1987 from the Yale School of Drama. The following year, she was nominated for a Tony Award and a Drama Desk Award for Best Featured Actress in a play for her performance in August Wilson's Joe Turner's Come and Gone. Scott has had roles in various films, including The Abyss, Gross Anatomy, The Water Dance, Drop Zone, The Velocity of Gary, K-Pax, I Am Sam, Imposter, The United States of Leland, Guess Who, World Trade Center, and Love and Other Drugs. She often collaborates with director Joel Schumacher, appearing in his films Flatliners, Falling Down, and The Client. Notably, she is the only actress to have played different characters in Batman films, Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. Scott showcased her versatility in 2007 by appearing in the short films Sponsored By, Under the Gun, Open House, and Time Upon a Once, which were created during the reality show On the Lot. In 2010, she took on the role of Mama Noddy in the Oregon Shakespeare Festival's production of Ruined, written by playwright Lynn Nottage. The following year, she portrayed Mistress Quickly, the tavern owner, in Shakespeare's Henry IV Part II. She continued her engagement with Shakespeare's works and, in 2018, played Pistol, Sir Thomas Grey, and the governor of Harfleur in Henry V. On October 7, 2016, Scott contributed to a Yale University panel discussion, 50 Years of Yale Rep, a conversation with theater makers present at the creation along the way and today. Mayim Bialik as Lisa Woodman. Lisa Woodman is a young girl whom MacGyver first encounters at a Swiss boarding school in the episode Cease Fire, where she inadvertently loses his beloved Swiss Army knife. She reappears in 2 additional episodes, Hearts of Steel and 20 Questions, with the latter focusing on MacGyver helping her address an alcohol abuse issue. Bialik began her career as a child actress in the late 1980s, with early roles in the 1988 horror film Pumpkinhead, her debut role, and guest spots on The Facts of Life, 2 final season episodes, and Beauty and the Beast. From 1988 to 1989, she appeared in 8 episodes of the sitcom Webster as Frida, a classmate of Webster. During her tenure on The Big Bang Theory, Bialik authored 2 books and co-wrote 2 others with pediatrician Jay Gordon. Beyond the Sling focuses on attachment parenting, while Mayim's Vegan Table offers over 100 of Bialik's vegan recipes. Her third book, Girling Up, explores the challenges and developmental changes girls face, presenting scientific insights into their bodily transformations. In May 2023, it was announced that Bialik would step down temporarily from hosting Jeopardy! For the remainder of Season 39 due to her support of the Writers Guild of America strike. Ken Jennings took over hosting duties during her absence. By December 2023, it was revealed that Bialik would no longer host the syndicated version of Jeopardy! In 2014, Bialik received an honorary Doctor of Humane Letters degree from Boston University. She married Michael Stone on August 31, 2003, in a Victorian-themed ceremony that included traditional Jewish wedding customs. Stone, who was raised Mormon but left the church during adolescence, converted to Judaism to marry Bialik. They have 2 sons together. Bialik chose to return to television in 2010 rather than continue her scientific career to spend more time with her children. She and Stone announced their divorce in November 2012, which was finalized 6 months later. Michelle B. Chan as May John. May John, MacGyver's foster daughter, seeks his aid in a mission for the Chinese student movement. She discloses that the actual Su Ling perished during the 1989 Tiananmen Square protests, an event seared into her memory. Born in East London, South Africa, Chan is the founder and CEO of Nant Studio, established in 2015. Her acting credits include the film American Ninja 3, Blood Hunt, and recurring roles in the TV series Hotel and Danger Bay. Chan wed Patrick Soon-Shiong, a South African-born American billionaire with a diverse portfolio as a surgeon, businessman, and part owner of the Los Angeles Lakers in 1977. They are parents to 2 children, one of whom is the activist Nika Soon-Shiong. The family's influence extends to their ownership of the Los Angeles. Gregory Sierra as Captain Diaz. The talented actor Gregory Sierra portrayed Captain Diaz in the series. Sierra embarked on his acting journey in the world of theater, touring with the esteemed National Shakespeare Company. In 1967, he graced the stage at the New York Shakespeare Festival taking on the role of the Duke of Austria in King John. Seeking broader horizons, he relocated to Los Angeles in the late 1960s to pursue opportunities in film and television. Sierra's cinematic credits include The Flying Nun, 1969, Beneath the Planet of the Apes, 1970, Papillon, 1973, the disaster thriller The Towering Inferno, 1974, The Prisoner of Zenda, 1979, and the spy comedy The Trouble with Spies, 1987. Sierra delivered a memorable performance in a poignant episode of All in the Family, portraying Paul Benjamin, a Jewish activist with the Hebrew Defense Association, modeled after the Jewish Defense League. In the storyline, his character joins forces with the bunkers to confront neo-Nazi vandals who deface their home with a swastika, only to meet a tragic end when he is killed by a car bomb planted by the neo-Nazis. Expanding his repertoire, Sierra took on the role of drug dealer Felix Barbosa in the 1992 film Deep Cover, directed by Bill Duke and co-starring Lawrence Fishburne and Jeff Goldblum. He also appeared in the light-hearted sequel, Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. The following year, he injected humor into the action comedy Hot Shots, Part 2, portraying an Iraqi patrol boat captain. Sierra's diverse resume also includes a role in the 1998 low-budget film The Wonderful Ice Cream Suit, where he played a character named Villain Azul. Fans of science fiction also recognized him as Corbin Entek in the Star Trek Deep Space Nine episode Second Skin. Sierra proudly embraced his Puerto Rican heritage. His personal life included marriages to Eileen De Felitta from 1969 to 1972 and Susan Pollock from 1976 until her tragic suicide in 1978. At the time of his passing, he resided in Laguna Woods, California, with his wife, Helen Tabor. Gregory Sierra left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry, and his legacy continues to inspire. Joe Santos as Jimmy the Eraser Kendall. Joe Santos, who played Jimmy the Eraser Kendall, was born in Brooklyn on June 9, 1931, coincidentally the same day his father passed away. His mother, Rose, sold olive oil, and eventually found success as a nightclub owner and singer in New York City and Havana. She later wedded Daniel Santos, a man of Puerto Rican descent, and young Joe adopted his surname. From the years 1974 to 1980, Santos portrayed LAPD Sergeant, later promoted to Lieutenant Dennis Becker, a close associate of the laid-back private investigator Jim Rockford, brought to life by James Garner, on the popular show The Rockford Files. He also took on the role of Lieutenant Frank Harper in the TV series Hardcastle and McCormick from 1985 to 1986. Throughout his illustrious career, Santos graced numerous television shows with guest appearances, including Room 222, Toma, Barnaby Jones, The Streets of San Francisco, Kung Fu, Beretta, Lou Grant, Police Story, appearing in 8 episodes, Black Sheep Squadron, Trapper John M.D., The Greatest American Hero, Hill Street Blues, in 3 episodes, The A-Team, Remington Steele, T.J. Hooker, Hardcastle and McCormick, again in 10 episodes, MacGyver, twice, Magnum P.I., 5 episodes, Murder, She Wrote, 2 episodes, Miami Vice, Quantum Leap, Santa Barbara, 5 episodes, Hunter, 2 episodes, and NYPD Blue. Between 1978 and 1980, Santos was a familiar face on the CBS game show Match Game, always occupying the top left seat. He also secured a role on The Sopranos as Angelo Garepe, appearing in 7 episodes in 2004. In 1958, while in Cuba, Santos encountered and wedded Maria Montero. Their marriage lasted 3 decades until her untimely passing in 1988. Sadly, Santos himself passed away on March 18, 2016, just 2 days after experiencing a heart attack, at the age of 84. Richard Dean Anderson as MacGyver. MacGyver, a peace-loving problem solver, always opts for non-violent solutions. He abstains from carrying or using firearms due to a traumatic childhood experience involving a revolver, which tragically took the life of a friend. MacGyver is a vocal proponent of gun control and actively supports various social and environmental causes, including racial equality and aid for the underprivileged. Anderson's on-screen debut occurred in 1975 with The Birthday Party, a short film produced by the Marine Reserve Public Affairs Unit to commemorate the bicentennial of the United States Marine Corps. Soon after, Anderson landed a role in the American soap opera General Hospital, portraying Dr. Jeff Weber from 1976 to 1981. He then appeared as part of an interracial couple in an episode of The Facts of Life, which doubled as a backdoor pilot. From 1997 to 2005, Anderson captivated audiences as Jack O'Neill in Stargate SG-1, inspired by the feature film Stargate, starring Kurt Russell and James Spader. John Symes, president of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, MGM, personally offered Anderson a role in the series. Anderson eagerly accepted after repeatedly watching the film, recognizing its tremendous potential. Anderson reprised the role of General Jack O'Neill in Stargate Atlantis and Stargate Universe, which debuted in October 2009. In fall 2010, he joined the USA Network series Fairly Legal as a recurring character, David Smith, appearing in 3 episodes. Between 1996 and 2003, Anderson was in a relationship with April A. Prose, with whom he shares a daughter, Wiley Quinn Anna Rose Anderson, born on August 2, 1998. His decision to depart Stargate SG-1 was motivated by his desire to devote more time to his daughter. As he shared, "Fatherhood has made me want to leave work earlier. It makes me want to get off the clock faster because my baby is my purpose for living and my reason for coming to work." Despite its humble production values, MacGyver has earned a lasting place in television history. The show's impact is evident through parodies like the MacGruber movie and TV series. We're curious to hear your thoughts on the MacGyver reboot. Have you tuned in? What about the TV movies that followed the original run? Which episode stands out as MacGyver's most ingenious moment? And who is your favorite cast member from the show? Share your memories and opinions of this iconic series.